And I've talked to, I know somebody that's gone to some of those protests on the left, and from his worldview, he's saving the planet. He's saving the world. But what I've found is that when you want to save the world, usually something's off in your personal life. Because the most like good and well-rounded people I know, and just balanced, I guess you could say, they're not overly concerned with the world. They're concerned with making their life great and affecting their personal relationships. You know, what's important to them is making sure their kids are good, making sure their friends are good. But a lot of times when people want to save the world, it's because they don't have a lot of close interpersonal relationships. They're saying the narcissists in your life are draining you. It's not necessarily. I wouldn't really say that. It's just, I think when you get older, you get a little more perspective.
Like about Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue is my favorite. This is my favorite.
Yeah, every cult says they're saving the world. And I actually think the most grounded people are the people that don't vote. And they just focus on fixing their life. Now, I've always voted. Well, actually, I think the first election I didn't, but it was because I had finals. I didn't, and I was like, I'm in Illinois. What? I know this is going to go. There's only one that can save the world. Yeah, like Jesus. I mean, Jesus couldn't change people's minds. Who are you, And I didn't interview George Soros, but maybe if you guys join my members only community, I'll show you guys the video. But I'd have to really trust you because I can't, that cannot get out ever. But Tate's wasted like 3 years of his life on this stuff. Was it really worth it?
I think fair. Because what you just said, I understand and I agree with.
But it's selfish.
Yeah. But what have I said?
Why should I not be selfish? Why should I give a shit about someone else?
But do you know what? Life begins at the black pill. That's what I'll say. Life for me personally, it got way better once I got black pilled. Because then it's like you're in the acceptance phase. You're in the phase where, okay, this is the way the world is going and there's nothing that I can do about it. I can do my best to affect change, but in the long run, there's nothing that I can do. How do I move and operate in the way that the world is today? Life begins at that. And you guys don't have to believe me, but life really does begin when you just accept and prepare accordingly.
Who's into the country to try and maintain a population because the white people aren't even having any fucking kids because the white women are too busy sucking dicks in Magaloo.
Did you understand that?
To a certain degree, but I also couldn't give a shit. The world's going to shit anyway. So whether or not we've got more kids in it or not, it's fucked regardless. So just live your life the best. You're going to be dead in however many years anyway.
Fair.
So don't stress too much.
Fair. And this is what I like about Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue is my favorite. This is my favorite everything. Fair. Because what you just said, I understand and I agree with.
But it's selfish.
Yeah. But what have I said?
Why should I not be selfish? Why should I give a shit about someone else that pays less tax than me, has, sits and complains, makes shitty TikToks about me? Like, I couldn't give a shit if your life's going shit. By the looks of it, you live in a council house, you've got a couple of kids with different dads. I don't care. So why should I sit there and think, fuck, I should do something to help you? I don't care. I should focus on myself. And if more people did that, the world would actually be a better place. But they become so fixated on other people. I'm like...
And I actually agree with that. I agree. Because what are my choices here? I can spend, time bitching about Bonnie Blue, or I can think, okay, how can I be a better... Okay, I'll give you an example. I'm learning piano right now. So I'd really like to get good enough to the point where I could play gigs. And I've been putting so many hours into this. Like I do lessons pretty much every day for like 2 hours. Hour piano, hour guitar. And that's selfish, right? That's focusing on me. But if I get really good, I'd really love to go to like old folks' homes and like play for an hour. Do you know what I mean? I'd love, like, I love old people. They're hilarious. Or I'd love to, like, if there's a wedding in my family or something, play at one. You know, now you have a musician in the family. And sometimes by focusing on yourself, in the long run, you're able to help other people later. Yeah, integrity is its own. And I'm not saying to do the wrong thing, but the world is going to try to extract as much, and not as much, especially for you men. They try to extract as much out of you and give you nothing in return. So,
where's your life? Why are you not focusing on yourself? Like, look in the mirror, you're fat, go and do something about it. Your teeth have that much plaque on it. Like, you're fucked. Like, there's no way out for you.
No, but what
Is this a good role model?
No, yes, because what Bonnie's saying is important here, and it's not about what she's saying. It's about the general attitude. Because what I want to make clear, the reason society was run by men for so long is that men have a different biological instinct to women, and we're prepared to suffer for the greater good. Women are not very good at suffering. Men are good sufferers.
Look back at the wars. There's so much evidence of it.
Well, of course. And also, let's just look at the normal family. You talked about these men who come and see you, right?
Yeah.
But happy wife, happy life is true. And the reason it's true is because if the wife is unhappy, everyone's miserable because she'll make sure of it. But if the man's unhappy, everyone else can be happy. He'll suffer. He'll sit with no sex. He'll go to work every day.
Yeah.
He won't see his friends. He'll be miserable. He'll be depressed. He'll still pay the bills. He'll still pay the taxes. And everyone else gets to be happy. Men are good at suffering. Women are spiteful sufferers. And for that reason, they struggle to do anything. They struggle to suffer themselves for any greater good. Men have always died for a greater good. Men have always said, this is bad for me, but it's good for society. Bonnie just quite correctly.
right, but the difference is now society doesn't reward the right thing. And we're looking at, honestly, by looking at this conversation, we're looking at the epitome of it. Tate, I mean, he got rich through cam work, and I like Tate. I think Tate's a good person, but you could argue that the way he got rich was an immoral way, and the same with Bonnie Blue. Women that do the immoral thing get free trips, they get to go on yachts, they get crazy experiences. Where women that arguably do the right thing, you may say in the long run they're more fulfilled, but in terms of the thing women value, which is like celebrities, excitement, money, you know, that sort of thing, they're not rewarded for doing that.
Quite pertinently highlighted the fact that she believes in living her life the best way that she wants to live so she is happy. And I agree with you. That's what you should do. That's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, can you, Palma, we need another female for our intramural team. Oh, it's in Chicago? Maybe. What the problem is I do this show at night. What time is it at? But I'd love to play. I love playing.
That's how women think. Women don't think I shouldn't do this because I care about society by and large. Women don't think that way. And once you understand that logic, you can extrapolate that out to the fact that women shouldn't be in charge of a country ever, because women are not prepared to take a bullet for a country ever.
I mean, I guess I contradict myself a little bit because I help society out a lot. And I do that because do you see how many dicks I drain? How many balls I've been emptied out on my face? How many cream pies I've taken and scooped it out? Like,
And how does that help society?
sex workers help, like, reduce rape rates by over 30%.
That sound like a stat you just made up.
No, Google it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Mental health, it's good for mental health as well.
The true fact is 32%.
Yeah, stops men killing themselves. Sex work's an important part of the world.
So imagine, like, if you're
Are you
a
saying that because
rapist.
you had a webcam business?
I'm not saying that because I had a webcam business. I'm saying that because it's absolutely and utterly true. The only point I was making earlier about women being in charge, I was actually trying to get to a final point. And the final point I would argue is that Bonnie has done no damage to society compared to giving the women the vote.
I've basically been a community worker.
Absolutely.
For example,
I agree. I completely agree. Men need sex. There's always been hookers. That's the way the world is.
Do you vote?
Not to be honest, I don't really know what's going on in the
Okay,
world.
so do you vote?
No.
Okay, she's perfect. she's out here. She's sucking dick.
Iron wife material.
She's sucking dick. She's not voting. This is the kind of women we need. This is done. This is fine. If we stop women, we take the women's vote away. If you said to me, Andrew, fix society, all the women can either vote or be like Bonnie. I'd be like, make them all like Bonnie, give the men the vote back. We'll fix all country.
Even your daughter.
Yeah. Why would she need to vote? I'm voting. Why would she need to vote when I'm voting? You're going to vote against your father. What kind of world is that? You know, it's really interesting to me. Since I had daughters, and I have a bunch, people always said, when you get a daughter, you're going to change your opinions. No, I fucking didn't. When you have a daughter, you know, you see these dudes and they have a daughter and like the daughter is putting makeup on and they're like, girl dad. Just because you have a girl doesn't mean you become gay.
I think that's cute though.
No, but no, I'm never going to she's never going to put makeup on my face. I'm never going to be like, oh, my daughter wants, so I guess I just
You sound like a farmer when you say
she
that.
melts my heart. No, you're going to obey me because I am your parent and you are my child. My child can't vote against me ever. That's civil war. That's against the rules that's against the just working of the universe, sir. For me to have a certain opinion and my own offspring to have countering opinion. Then I'm going to be sitting at some fucking dinner table in 20 years. And my daughter or my sons, any of them, are going to be there arguing with me about anything. Actually, in school, I learned, you better shut the fuck up. You're in my fucking house.
Yeah, he doesn't have as much influence as he thinks, unfortunately. The only upside is he could take away money from the daughters, but women can go make their own money now and be whores.
My mansion. It's the Tate millions. You're living on my money. You're going to do as I fucking say.
Until they're 18 or they move out.
Until, if they want to completely cut me off and build their own version of life, I guess they could do that, but they won't do that. That's impossible.
It's how you bring them up. Like when they're 18, yes, they're an adult, but it's how you've brought them up.
Of course.
Like my parents brought me
do
up.
you have kids though?
No, I don't.
No.
But like my parents, I mean, everyone says my parents can't love me. My family must have disowned me. It's not the case. My family brought me up to be independent and live my best life, how I want to live. And as much as people think that is so shameful, that's disgusting, like my life's become so much better and I'm happy. As much as people think I should be scarred, could kill myself and everything else, it's like, I am happy. I genuinely live a much better life. So my family are nothing but proud of me. So
Are you really happy?
Really, really happy. Happy and wet
When you're
most of the
alone,
time.
you're happy.
She's not voting. She's great. This is what we need. Do you want to be prime minister or not really?
No.
See? Done, bro. This is it. This is what we need in society. Honest about their sex work, because all women out here are sex working anyway. When's the last? You've been in Dubai recently.
Yeah.
Find a woman who ain't sex working. That is a challenge, sir. $1 million to find a woman who ain't living off a man. Because that is sex work. You giving sex and she's giving you money. That's the game. I tweeted
It's actually
this.
so true. I've never thought of it like that.
I tweeted
When
this.
people are boyfriend and girlfriends, the
It's
majority of
sex
the
work.
time they do a low-paid job, they've not got the education to do anything better. So, and they're having sex with the partners, keep them interested. The partner's paying the bills. It's a sex work with one client. Just like you said.
100%. I said this. I tweeted it, and the whole world lost its mind because you know me. I'm a provocateur. But I said, yeah, women are sex workers. You can either have a bunch of customers with OnlyFans, or you can have one customer called a husband or boyfriend. Or you can be ugly, and unfortunately, then you got to get a job. But if you're pretty enough, you don't do that. You find a boyfriend or a husband or a sugar daddy, whatever you want to call him, and he's paying your bills. Go to Saint-Tropez, Monaco, Cannes, go to Miami, go to Dubai, go to Hong Kong, go to any of these cities and find a beautiful woman and ask her job. She either doesn't work because her boyfriend takes care of her, or she has some bullshit vanity project which loses money that her husband pays for. Owns a flower shop that loses money each month. Great. Businesswoman. Independent. Bullshit. Women have only ever been sex workers. Women have only ever translated their pussy into money, or pussy into provision, or pussy into protection. That's all women have ever done.